Welcome back to the channel everyone. In this video we'll be once again heading back into the world of PlayStation 1 demo discs. This is the series where we explore 9 demo discs from UK PlayStation magazine. So what will disc 17 volume 2 have in store for us? Let's find out. There's 9 playable games and 2 preview videos for us to scroll through in the main menu, so a decent amount of content here. Once again, we get a similar looking menu design, that trippy psychedelic background, with what looks like jellyfish floating around, and that same great 90s techno track. So let's check out game 1. Bomberman World has the same classic gameplay as previous games in the series. You're put in a small area containing blocks which you'll need to blast a path through with your bombs while taking out enemies and finding the exit before the time runs out or you're killed. I love the art style here. All the characters retain the cuteness of that Nintendo look, but now combined with the PS1 pre-rendered backgrounds, and the game feels great to play in this demo. There's lots of items to find too. I've never played the full game of Bomberman World, but I'm betting it would be a great co-op game with friends. And it may be years later now, but playing this demo has got me wanting to add this game to my PS1 collection.
4, 3, 2, 1, go! 1 right, 5 left into...
Next up is Colin McRae World Rally. The demo drops us in Australia Bruce Rock, in the seat of a Subaru Impreza. My first impressions here was just how good the car looked and felt. I didn't remember if I played this one back in my teens. Anyway, I definitely would have enjoyed this one. There's a good mix of tight turns and wide corners for drifting around. It's a lot of fun. The controls are tight and responsive, and the game has an arcade playstyle to it, which is my preferred racing style, the Ridge Racer series being my favourite in the genre. There's some really nice detail here too, like when you brake and drift. Around corners, dust kicks up, and the rain comes down to create mud effects. The backdrops look nice, and it's great stuff, it really is. I really enjoyed what I had to play here. Alright, I'll be honest, I'm not really a fighting game fan. I had Street Fighter 2 for the Super Nintendo, like most kids of my gen, but after that I started to gravitate to beat 'em ups for my fix. Anyway, next up is Dead or Alive. We have the choice of 3 fighters to play as. I used all of them to get a good feel for the game. The demo puts us into tournament mode. Now, I don't mind telling you, I got my arse kicked here. So respect to you guys who are actually good at fighting games, because that definitely isn't me. Graphics are decent here, and moves look good in their animations. I didn't like the stage layout though in this demo, pretty bland, but I'm sure the full game has better ones. I did manage to win one fight, and I'm glad I caught it on film, as no one would believe me otherwise. The 4th game on the demo is Death Trap Dungeon, a game I've never heard of. It's an action-adventure puzzle game. The text at the start of the demo explains we must go into the dungeon, defeat the creatures guarding the place, and find levers to open a caged exit, descending further into the dungeon. Controls are surprisingly good here for a third-person game on the PS1. The game uses a panoramic camera that works well. It reminds me of a Resident Evil style early camera, giving us fixed camera angles too. The main character model is great for the time, and I really like the horror theme as well. There's even some nice gore when you kill enemies, so nice detail. If you enjoy action games mixed with puzzle solving, this could be a good pickup. It certainly piqued my interest. And how good is this stage's music track? The next game on this demo needs no introduction, Gran Turismo. Now, it's undeniable how big this game is, and how big it will go on to be, and it's even the main game featured on the front cover here. So we have a choice of 3 cars, and only arcade quick mode is available for the demo. Now, Gran Turismo is a real driving sim style racing game. So it's a case of using the right speeds, and braking is needed for every part of the race course. And it is still peak really good. While playing the demo, I got up to a high speed so many times, then realised, oh, I'm not going to make this corner. You definitely need practice to get good at this one. As being a driving sim, every car needs time to learn how it drives. For me, it's the graphics that amaze me still to this day. The game was released back in 1997, and just look at it. The cars look great, the real world backgrounds, the lighting, it's all so good. The only downside to this demo mode is the race is only 75 seconds, but I suppose that's all because it's a build up for the hype, as it was the big game of that summer like I mentioned. Klonoa, Daughter Phantomile is a 2.5D platformer. Unexpectedly, the demo gives us the story here. We play Klonoa, who wakes up one day to a loud bang. His friend explains someone has crashed on their dream world, Phantomile. So they set out to discover it's an evil demon trying to destroy the world. Klonoa must stop him. Good guy stops bad villain. Simple. I love that in my platformers. The world is full of colour and a really nice looking game. It's the usual stuff here, collecting gems and crystals, avoiding and killing enemies till you reach the end. A unique feature here though is you can grab enemies and use them to jump on to reach higher ground, or throw them at collectibles and other enemies. It's really cool. Klonoa can also fly for a short time, which makes exploring higher areas fun. This stage was pretty long for this demo, and even had a boss fight in it. Wargames DEFCON 1 is next up. It's a real-time war strategy game. We are tested with fighting a cybernetic race intent on destroying the human race. Nothing too serious then. I didn't get to play much of this demo, as the mission kept timing out, but what I can make out is you're given 3 vehicles to use, switching between them. A tank, a helicopter, and an armoured jeep. And the game uses a top-down view, but the camera is bad here. It's too slow when turning around, and field of view is really short, not ideal for a game in this style. The graphics are okay, but I just couldn't get into this one. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I was a massive wrestling nerd growing up, so naturally, being a gamer, I played every wrestling video game I could lay my hands on. WCW Nitro is considered one of the worst wrestling games, inferior to the N64 WCW Revenge in most people's eyes. I didn't play this one back in the day. I was probably too busy playing WWF Warzone, released the same year. So let's take a look. Gene Oakland is the announcer on the main menu here, so that's cool.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Gene Oakland, and I'd like to welcome you to WCW Nitro.
Hollywood Hulk Hogan and Sting are the only wrestlers available out of the 16 here. Each wrestler has a photo, and there's a good background in this menu, showing different arenas. So into the match. Character models actually look pretty nice, but the colour looks washed out compared to the N64 WCW games. And there is commentary like in Warzone, but there's a generic rock tune that's played on repeat. Not good. There's no move list here, so I couldn't capture many moves to show you. Wrestling is definitely a little stiff here, but not as bad as people make out. And the moves look good in Nitro. It has an arcade fast-paced wrestling style, and while not as good as WCW Revenge or WWF Warzone, games it was up against, I like what I played here, and I think I'd like to play the full game, as there's definitely lots of fun to be had here for wrestling fans. I'd just like to finish by saying rest in peace to the late Hulk Hogan. Peace, brother. Alright, it's that time in the demo disc where we have a game video to check out. This time it's Circuit Breakers. So let's have a look. The last game to talk about on this demo, Gravitation, is actually an indie game. Yep, the indie scene was already a thing by 97-98 on PC, and Sony jumped into the scene by having Net Yaros. This was a development kit for the PS1, giving amateur developers a chance to show their small games off. It's really surreal looking back at this. Demo advertisements. This was amazing, and what I love about this old demo disc system is also having ads on showing you what was going on at the time of gaming. Gravitation is a 2-team man game and plays like asteroids. Get your ship from one point to another, very simple, but cool to see an indie game on a PlayStation 1 demo. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this second installment of the demo series, and if you've made it to the end of this video, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all on the next one.